Hi there, my name is Samantha Gibson. This is my walkthrough for the Rails and JavaScript portfolio project for the Flatiron Schools online web development program. This is the fourth portfolio project. The requirements for this project were to refactor the Rails portfolio project, the third project, to render an index page via JavaScript and a JSON API backend, render a show page in the same way, and include at least a has many through relationship, and also to dynamically submit a form with JavaScript. Let me walk you through how I met those requirements. First, I altered my ingredients index to use JavaScript. So instead of passing a collection of all the ingredients to the view via an instance variable and then iterating through those to create this little display for each one, what I did was refactor the ingredients index controller to also respond to requests for JSON and had it return that same collection of all the ingredients as JSON. And then via JavaScript, I organized all of those into JavaScript objects and displayed the first 5 of them when we send that initial GET request that grabs all of them. And then when we use these buttons, previous and next, we'll page through the next 5. We can go back. Woo. Okay, and then I refactored my ingredient, a recipe show page. So this view begins as just kind of an empty container, and then this form also exists before any JavaScript fires. When the page loads, I send a GET request to the recipe show controller asking for JSON representing this particular recipe, get it back, format it, and display it here so that we get the ingredients for the recipe, the instructions. If this recipe had instructions, they would be displayed, and a button to link us to the edit form, a button to delete this recipe, and a list here of all the makings associated with this recipe. And then, so that's rendering my show page with JavaScript. And then I included this form to create a making associated with this recipe. And this form is going to submit via JavaScript. And what'll happen is we'll put in a rating and some notes about the time that we made this recipe, and then it will communicate with our server, save the new making in our database, and also display the new making here in our list. So let's say that Not Cake was great. We're going to give it 5 stars, and we're going to say it was great. And we can click that. Awesome. Let's say we made it again, and it was still good. All right. And just to verify that we're not just sending in information and creating divs, let's go over here to the current user's makings, scroll down to the bottom, and we can see these 2 makings that we just made. So the database has them, it's getting used, all is well. That's about it. Those are the changes that I made to my Rails application in order to have the index for ingredients and the show page for a recipe render via JavaScript, and to have the form on a recipe show page to create a new making associated with that recipe submit dynamically via JavaScript. Thanks so much for listening.